Welcome back. Less than 2 weeks into the election, and WikiLeaks keeps painting a revealing picture of Hillary Clinton and her possible foreign policy agenda and her foreign policy positions. But does it all add up to a Clinton doctrine? And what would that look like? And what does it say about her role as a possible world leader? Let's take a look at some of her policy positions with one of the best in the business, Dr. Sebastian Gorka. He's a professor of strategy and irregular warfare at the Institute of World Politics and wrote a great book called Defeating Jihad. Dr. Gorka, first stop, let's talk about Iran. What do you think, what is her stance on the Iranian deal? She laid the groundwork for it, correct?
Right. Absolutely. As Secretary of State, she prepared the groundwork for the deal, which basically provides Iran $150 billion and puts them on the cusp of nuclear capability.
Since that time, the Houthi rebels supported by the Iranians are shooting at us. They're harassing our ships and refusing to actually sign the agreement. So let's take a look at one of the excerpts that's been revealed from the WikiLeaks drops. Well, she says this, well, you up the pain that they have to endure by not in any way occupying or invading them, but by bombing their facilities. I mean, that is the option. It is not, as we like to say, boots on the ground. And the comeback was, has it ever worked in the history of warfare? Clinton, no. That was 2013. She was talking to the Wall Street Journal. What do you get from that?
I get again and again and again what WikiLeaks has showed us. There is a Hillary Clinton in the public eye will say one thing, and then behind closed doors to her biggest donors, to the bankers, she'll say exactly the opposite. She'll lay the groundwork for an Iran deal and then talk about bombing them.
When you see the foreign donors that have given to the Clinton Foundation, supposedly different, obviously they've been intermingled, and some are really disturbed by it. Here's an example of where we could be getting in terms of a Clinton doctrine. Foreign government donors, quote, all the money is in John Podesta's email, February 26, 2015. What do you get from that?
I get one thing, Brian. If she becomes president, America is on the auction block. The highest bidder wins. It's not about national security. It's about whoever gets to her and who she thinks will give her more power and more money.
What do you think? What's her dancing with David Petraeus about? What's behind that?
Look, this is the classic political operative. This is somebody who will use people and then potentially just throw them away when they have no more utility.
Whether it's Clinton or Trump, they're going to have to deal with Mosul and what's left of Iraq. So let's go right now to how this war is progressing. This is our live camera, and I'm looking at Mosul, and I see the tough resistance we're getting, and we're eventually going to prevail, helping the Iraqi army do it. Well, my question, Dr. Gorka, is, what's the end game? What happens when ISIS is pushed out?
Right.
Do we know, does Iran control the Shia-led government? Are the Turks going to declare war on Iraq? That's what we hear. They're upset. Do the Kurds have a role? What happens? So
we discussed this in the break. This is the big so what question. Even if this this is an incredibly heterogeneous group. We have Sunni Iraqis, we have Shia militia, we have the Kurds. If they can agree long enough to take Mosul, so what? What are you going to do next? You're squeezing a balloon. You're not going to kill all the jihadis. They're just going to move somewhere else.
But you know what the president's going to say? Hey, I'm leaving, and I took back Ramadi, I took back Mosul, and I took back Fallujah. Good night, everybody, but we're going to be left holding the bag. Dr. Gorka, thanks so much.
Thanks.